The feeling of missing out is one of the most devastating feelings on earth, but the feeling of not making your dreams come true and not achieving your goals is even more devastating. Choosing not to go to the party with your favorite friends and deciding to stay home can feel really, really lonely, can feel heartbreaking, and can feel like you start questioning in this moment all your existence and why you are, you made yourself do this crazy to-do list with all this crazy how to become millionaire goals. And it's understandable because in a moment we really always want to choose here and now pleasure, because we are all trying to be mindful and we're trying to enjoy this life as much as possible, even though it can be really hard to enjoy it. But there are those moments and those days when we have to do some things, and very often exactly in these days our friends call us and they're like, hey, let's go make some fun. And you always are in this middle point of deciding what to choose. To choose the right thing for you can only you. It's as simple as that. I am struggling with feeling of missing out since I remember myself, and I just feel that with time I learned how to overcome it, and today I would love just to share it a little bit. I have really bad history of going to parties every single week just because my friends were going, and sometimes waking up to go to the craziest club in Berlin at 5 a.m. just to, just for a possibility that, like, it was like my friends one time decided to go to Bernheim at 5 a.m. and I remember that was so horrible because it was not really my choice. Like, I was just scared more than that they would get in than, that I would miss the party and have, like, that they would get in, have fun, and I would not. And they would tell me, like, this story of what happened, blah, 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 and I would be thinking how great, like, how horrible it is that I didn't go, and what happened in the end, we didn't get in, of course. And, I remember standing there at 5 a.m. and then we went, and then after that, my friends decided to go to another club in the other part of the town. And you know what? I went because I was like, again, oh, what will happen? Maybe they will have, like, the time of their lifetime. And guess what? I was sitting at this party. I was, like, so pissed, and I was, like, dying inside from this choice that I've made because I was scared to miss out. And this was so self-destructive that at that point, I think I realized that it's not right. I am lying to myself. What the hell I'm doing with my life? Like, it was really, really, really bad moment, and it was really self-destructive moment because at the parties, usually at the club, especially so early, like, you decide to take some substances, and this is really bad. And today is the day when I decided to stay home. I was not invited to party, but I was invited to my friend's house, and my friend is living to his home country, and he was like, let's go get it together. But he lives in the other part of the town, and I was like, hey, can we meet, like, in the middle of the town so we can spend the time together, but, like, can we go the same distance to the center and I don't have to go 1 hour to your place? But he was like, and I need to pack my stuff and I already invited people, they're gonna come. I was like, okay. And then in a moment I was thinking, am I ready today to spend 2 hours of my life on the way to his place just to spend few hours with him, and like fuck up my schedule, fuck up my to-do list, my tasks, my deadlines, basically fuck up myself because I don't feel like going out very far today. I just don't feel like it, and this is important moment because in this case you can always share your friend how you feel, and it's very important, I think, to let your friends know how you feel and what are your terms and conditions. For example, I can go today walk with you, but can we not go to the party but stay home? And of course you shouldn't cross their borders, but you should like declare what you want and how you want to spend time. And if your friend or friend group don't want that, then it's really heartbreaking, but then they are not really ready to sacrifice their plans and what their pleasure for you. And this is then the question, if your friends are good friends, or maybe you are a badass and you're a lazy bitch staying home, I don't know. But in the end of the day, you have to say what you want, what you need, how you want to spend your time. I think the most important tip is to sit down and just really, really listen to yourself and like listen, what do you feel right now? Like imagine you're, like not just like, okay, whatever, I'm gonna go. No. Like imagine, for example, your way there. Imagine what you're gonna do there. Like it's very important to get to know what's exactly gonna happen. For example, I wanted to spend the time with my friend today just talking, like talking about life, just being with them. But my friend decided that we're gonna he wants to play like the card games, and I have nothing against card games, and I believe that card games are amazing, and it can be even more fun. But like today, just I don't feel like playing card games. Doesn't mean I have to give up on my friend that is living from the country for almost a month. Maybe no, but if I don't feel like it, and if I know that at this point it just really turns to be not about them but about you. Like if I go there and I have to pretend and like push myself, first of all, to go there, first of all, to try to enjoy these games, will it be even worth it? Will it be worth it? And is it like the last time I'm gonna see this person? Probably not. We're gonna see each other again in less than a month even. So yeah, you really have to take sometimes you really need to make a list of pros and cons, and like try to imagine how you're gonna feel when you go there and do this, and trying to imagine how you're gonna feel, for example, tomorrow if you wake up and you realize that you didn't do what you planned to do. And for example, even now I'm like making this video like crying my eyes out because I didn't go, and I'm like, fuck, I made this choice again, this hard choice. And sometimes it's really important when you make such hard choices, you have this like villain feeling, villain syndrome, imposter syndrome, that you did something bad, bad in terms of your friendship, you did something bad because you gave up going to party, but you still feel like shit. But yeah, this is important to sit down and like just try to let go this feeling of feeling like shit, because no, you didn't do the wrong decision, you did the right decision. And right now, and you have to like shift your focus from like missing out the party to fulfilling your goals, your plans. Like, hey, this video will go to YouTube now, it's like a further step in my YouTube channel, career or whatever. And this is amazing. I'm happy, I'm happy. No, actually, I struggle. I really struggle at the moment. And but this is how we learn, and this is how we choose. We gotta choose, and I got to make the right decisions. Also, for example, yesterday I had it's crazy how when you're adult, like your days go like that really fast. But like yesterday, for example, I had such a great day. Like I had a date, and it was really cute and lovely, like really nice. I haven't had such a date in a long time. Um, but also I just had a nice sleep. I had a nice walk. I had a nice shower. Today I woke up and I had my running, and then I drank my coffee and I chilled in the bed a bit more. Like I just let myself like have a little rest day before I sat to the work. And then I sat to the work, and like this thing with my friends started coming up, like am I going and I'm not going, and then I was like, no, Katya, today you're staying home, finishing your deadlines, like answering all the questions you wanted to ask in the last week. It's very often happens that we have so much on our table, on our plate. We have so much to do, and actually very important things to do. Things that we cannot afford ourselves to postpone, but we choose to go and have fun with our friends because we really need this like dopamine. But what if I wake up tomorrow early, because I will go to sleep today also early, and I'll be so grateful for starting the day earlier. Also, another thing, very important thing in this all and huge topic is time management, because for example today I kind of fucked up my schedule because I woke up kind of early, but like I went home around, like I went to run and then I went home around 12, and I really love slow mornings. Like I really hate to rush in the morning, and I like to go outside, do my sport, meditate, come home, eat, talk to my neighbor, make my coffee, watch something on YouTube. But the problem is that you cannot afford to do this every day, because usually when I do this kind of morning, I put myself to work only at 1 p.m. And this is already too late. It's like really too late. You can feel the pressure of evening coming, and in the evening you usually want to chill, go out with a friend. So this leads to another big thing that you can do to feel less feeling of missing out, is like regulate your schedule and wake up earlier. And this is really what I'm trying to implement right now in my life. I want to go to bed earlier, which is super hard, especially if you like learned to go to sleep like around 1 and later, and you're fine with that. It's really hard to make yourself go to sleep to 23, because you're so used to the schedule that you always feel like there is still this 2 hours that you can like chill. But the thing is that usually at this 2 hours from 11 to 1, you're not doing anything productive. You're just scrolling your phone, watching maybe sometimes a movie, which could be a great case, but in the most cases, honestly, I think I'm just like rotting in bed, like watching YouTube. But like I'm trying right now to shift my understanding of what are like how great it will be if I wake up, for example, at 8:30 or 9 every morning. 9 is already, I feel like, too late. Like I want to wake up at 8:30. I want to have my routine done completely till like 11, and then till 12 I already want to have like one of my really most important like jobs or tasks done. Like I want to already be working at 12 on my goals. This is the main goal. And then if you really like, then you can have even a break, you can have a nap if you wish to. But I think it shouldn't be often, but if you just need the rest, you can do that. But like then you can have again this like working session till 5 or 6. I think till 5, that's perfect. And then you can just you can have the whole evening ahead. And this is really hard for me to implement in my life, but this can definitely help. And yeah, the most important thing is just don't regret when you make a choice. For example, right now I am sitting in my room and I make this video, and my friends are now there hanging out, playing games. Probably they have fun, but I'm home and I didn't have to spend 2 hours of my life today to go to the place, and I don't have to have this fear for feeling like boredom or and anyway, I knew what I wanted. Like, it's important to not regret when the choice is made, and also know what you want, because if you know that you wanted to, like if it's really a party of a lifetime, and you can feel that you really wish you would be there with your friends right now, and you can tighten your schedule to the point that you will make your tasks done tomorrow or in other days, and you like make yourself a plan and you're accountable for that, then go. Like, go and have fun and don't regret. But if there is this slight feeling of like, no, it's not today, it's not for today. Today there is something else waiting for me. Myself, my tasks, my goals, my dreams. Sometimes it's really crazy how we live like this throughout the years, like always choosing this, always like being weak in front of this feeling of missing out, going to the parties, and then we look back at the year and we're like, damn, we didn't do anything. And all these little moments when we choose to stay home and read that book, make that little task, commit a little bit more hours for your project today, it's worth building the bigger results. This is how it works, and I think it's really important that we commit more time to the results we want to see. And I feel like I want to party hard when I know the biggest dream that I want to achieve and the biggest goals that I have will be done, and I'll be there, and then I can go party as much as I want, but like now, maybe it's not that right time to party today, or maybe even the period of a lifetime. It's really important to understand also in which episode of your life are you in, because right now I know that at this episode of my life, this episode is not about partying. I've been partying a lot, and I've dedicated a lot of time to partying, but I wish I dedicated more time to improving myself and like evolving as a personality, as a film director, filmmaker, and that's what I'm doing now. And this is a good sign, I guess. If I see a camera in front of me right now instead of my drunk friends, maybe this is a good sign. I don't know. Maybe it's not. Who knows? This is it. This is what I want to say. Tschüss. Bye.